Hey kids, it's Papa. You ready to explore the Bible? All right. Take your Bibles and turn to Esther chapter 3. Esther chapter 3. Now, it starts off, remember Mordecai and his daughter Esther. Esther became the queen, and Mordecai had helped the king by letting him know about a plot to have him assassinated, and they hung Bigtha and Teresh, the two that were trying to assassinate the king, but nothing had ever happened. Ooh. Then the plot gets thicker because there's a guy by the name of Haman. Now, notice what it says in verse 1. After these things, did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. Okay, so he took Haman among all the princes and said, you know what, you're going to be right under me, and you're going to help me, and you're going to help me rule. Um, and he commanded that everybody should bow down to him. And so when Haman would, go home, and he would go past the gate, and he would see everybody bowing down, and it would fill his heart with pride. But the problem is that Mordecai, the Jew, would not bow down to him. And he would see everybody bowing down except for Mordecai. And it bothered him. It hurt his pride. And so he said, what am I going to do? Well, notice that he was Hammedatha the Agagite. Now, what does that mean? Most people believe that because he was an Agagite means that he came from Agag. Now, remember, God had told Saul that he was to go and kill all of the Amalekites because the Amalekites had been terrorists to the Israelites when the Israelites were traveling to the Promised Land. And God said, kill all the Amalekites. And so Saul killed all the Amalekites except for Agag, the king. Okay? And so we are led to believe that apparently he didn't kill all of Agag's children because this guy, Haman, was an Agagite, and he was a descendant of Agag the king who had been killed by Samuel. And so there are a lot of people that think that there was a lot of animosity between Haman and the Jews. And now he sees that Mordecai, the Jew, is not bowing down to him. And so we see that he gets upset. What's he going to do? Well, he's got a plan. I want you to see what he does in verse 7. Now, in the first month, that is the month of Nisan, the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, 12th year, okay, so this is a while after Esther is the queen. They notice it says that he came in and talked to the king, and verse 8, and Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed amongst the people in all the provinces of their kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all of our people. Neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. In other words, let's kill them. Notice verse 9, and it pleased the king, if it pleased the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver, that's a lot, to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it to the king's treasuries. And the king took the ring from his hand and gave it unto Haman, and the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. Now, here it identifies him as the Jews' enemy, not just Haman's enemy, but the Jews' enemy. Now, what does the Bible say about people who hate the Jews? Remember, he told Abraham, I will bless those that bless thee, and I will curse them that curse thee. Now, here, Haman is cursing the Israelites. What's God going to do? He's going to curse him. Well, I want you to see what he did. But remember what happened with Daniel and how that the king was fooled? Well, here's another situation where a king is fooled by someone else. He didn't look into it. He didn't examine it. He just took the ring off of his finger and basically gave a blank check to Haman. Said, sign it, do it any way you want it. So he took the king's ring and he wrote a decree. And basically, this decree said there's going to be one day coming up in a year or so. And on this day, anybody who wants to go out and kill the Jews can do that. Not only can he kill the Jews, but then he can take everything that they own to himself. Yeah. And they sent that commandment throughout all of the kingdom, everywhere where the Jews lived. Notice verse 15, and the posts went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan the palace, and the king and Haman sat down to drink. But the city Shushan was perplexed. They thought, what's this all about? Now let me ask you, is God going to let this stand? I don't think so. And we're going to see how he does it in just a little bit. So, what have we learned from this? Hey, don't let people trick you through flattery into doing things that are not right. And the king allowed Haman to trick him. Don't let people trick you with flattery, okay? Hey, love you guys. See ya. Bye.